Oh man, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to Ask That Podcast here on YouTube. Sorry, I get the thing for look. Now, how many of y'all remember back in the early days of DVD? Probably about 2, 3 years in, when kind of like what happened with VHS, and I'm pretty sure it happened with Laserdisc. You get all these piles of releases of films that are either public domain or nobody knows who the fuck controls the rights, so fuck it. And it was in every genre: horror, biker movies, sex comedies, whatever you want to call it. Every genre, there's a pile of films like that. Well, for your martial arts films, there's a pile of them too. And a couple of different companies put out box sets and all this stuff. These little cheap jack, you know, martial art films. Most of the time, they're going to put Bruce Lee somewhere on the cover. Because they want you to think Bruce Lee's in every one of these movies, because that's honestly the average person out there that's, over 35. That's one martial arts they really know. So what we got here is this is Bruce Lee Dragon Martial Arts Film Collection with Bruce Lee, the Man, the Myth, Blind Fist of Bruce Lee, the Chinese Connection, Fist of Fear, Touch of Death. Chinese Connection isn't actually a Bruce Lee film. Somehow that one and another one of his early films, like a certain print on, is considered public domain, possibly in the States. We got Bruce on the cover, we got a cool looking dragon. This is from Vintage Home Entertainment, 2008. So this is a little bit later than I was thinking this one would be. In this case, it's horrible shape. It's beat up. All right. Bruce Lee, the Man, the Myth. The legend of Bruce Lee lives in this powerful biography of the heroic martial arts master from college to his untimely death. It sucks. Blind Fist of Bruce Lee. Yi is the son of the village maker, challenged by thugs who want to take over. He loses because of his bad fighting skills. Searching for a kung fu master, he ends up finding an eccentric blind man who knows a surprisingly deadly style of kung fu. Have not watched it. Chinese Connection. Chen returns to his school to find his teacher has been murdered. He then gets a message from a rival Japanese school inviting students of the Chinese school to fight. Only Chen responds, without any help, Chen must find those who killed his master. This is a good film. The bad thing about it is that this print looks bad. Any of y'all old enough to remember back in the day, and I don't know if every school did. It seems like every school I ever talked to, people my age, your school did this. You had the fundraiser sales where you sell the candy, all the bullshit. The world's finest chocolate that ain't really that great. Now it's what, hell, they want $3 a bar for that shit now. But there was always the guy that came in with Telespound. Telespound was Fat Pat. And he would always, if everybody sells at least one bar, I'll bring y'all a movie. You can see a movie when they're in a Roadrunner cartoon. Okay, cool. The bad prints he would have, they look like 16 millimeter, like he found them in a trash can somewhere. That's what this shit looks like. Fist of Fear, Touch of Death. A reporter at a martial arts championship match interviews people who knew Bruce Lee, packed with archival footage. Oh god, this is the one where like they're supposed to have a tournament at. I want to say it's supposed to be like MSG, Madison Square Garden. Discover who's going to be the next big martial arts guy since Bruce Lee is dead. This is horrible. I've watched this one too, and this was just 2 films per disc, single sided disc. Now this came in a 10 with another 4 movies. I don't know where that disc is or that 10 is. I think I might get rid of the 10. That's one you can find. Then you have shit like this. Fist of Vengeance Martial Arts Collection. Over 23 hours. So we got Bruce Lee. We got Bolo Young. We got Lee Van Cleef. You thinking, Lee Van Cleef? Ain't he kind of a Western guy? Yeah, but because of one thing he did, he ends up in a lot of these. Okay, so this is... You see my case is beat up. It's just 3 discs. Well, each one of them's different. That's kind of cool. That's got the same. Oh no, it's 4 discs. Where's the other disc at now? Or is there 2 in one of these? Nope. I'm missing a disc. This one. I'm missing disc 2. Well, damn it. What did you get on this one? We got Blood Fight, which is a fairly modern martial arts film. Let's see. Bruce Lee Fights Back from the Grave, which I've never actually got to see. Champ Against Champ. Crippled Masters, that's a great one. So the guy's got like a stubby arm. The other guy has like no legs, and like the no leg guy will jump on stubby arms. Shoulders would be his arms. Dragon Lee versus the Five Brothers. The Fighting Fist of Shanghai Joe. Oh shit, I didn't know I had a copy of that. Okay. Fist of Bruce Lee. The Image of Bruce Lee. Kung Fu, the Invisible Fist. Kung Fu Fever. Excuse me, LA Street Fighters. The Master. That's why Lee Van Cleef is on here. The Master, I think like Rage of the Master, maybe? No, just the Master. That was a TV show, short-lived when the martial arts craze in the early 80s. The ninja craze. It was a short-lived TV show with Lee Van Cleef. Rage of the Master, which I got on another set somewhere. The Real Bruce Lee Nerd documentary. Screaming Tiger and Snake Crane Secret. Which one's it? Okay. Got Kung Fu the Invisible Fist, Kung Fu Fever, Blood Fight, and Bruce Lee Fights Back from the Grave. Cool, I'm going to watch that in a little bit. Champ vs. Champ, Snake Crane Secret, Crippled Masters, The Image of Bruce Lee, Dragon Lee vs. Five Brothers, Fist of Bruce Lee, Fighting Fist of Shanghai Joe, and LA Street Fighter. Okay, I got to find that other disc, but cool. This case is B. This is one of those I found cheap somewhere. And this is one of those that I remember seeing like the $5 bill. Then we got our last one. This is probably the newest one in there. Non-movie 3 discs. Oh, and that was Mill Creek. Let me get this over. 14 hours. Martial Art Masters. Bruce Lee, Sonny Chiba. Bonus features include a history of martial arts and biographies. So we got Bruce Lee, we got Sonny Chiba. This is the first one with Chiba on it. Bruce Lee, which I already have. Bruce Lee, the Man, the Myth. I already got Fist of Fury, which I don't have on one of these yet. That's the other one. Fist of Fury and Chinese Connection is 2 early films that are kind of public domain. This is why I've held on to this, just for this. It's got Street Fighter, Return of Street Fighter, and Sister Street Fighter, 3 Sonny Chiba, good films. Shogun's Ninja, which is another Chiba. Ninja Wars, another Chiba, and Rage of the Masters. And they got the History of Martial Arts Extra. This was found at a thrift. This is St. Clair, 2004. When was this one? I didn't get the year on this one. 2001. This is the oldest one in here. And it's just 3 single-sided discs. Nothing fancy, a piece of foam. But I love this shit because it was cheap. You know, when you're building up the collection. And I mean, out of all these, let's see. Chinese Connection's decent. Fist of Fear, Touch of Death blows. On this one, there's a couple of decent ones. Ones I've watched once or twice. This one, the Chiba stuff, Fist of Fury, and like the Street Fighter stuff. Yeah, no, on average, you'll see. This is probably the one I paid the most for. It's probably about $6 for 8 movies. This one, I got it at a thrift for probably $1 or $2. And this, want to say I found this one at a thrift too not that long ago. But I'm out, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me that thumbs up. Leave a comment, subscribe, all the other bullshit. Talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.